Good morning. Please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And here I am with the announcements. Tomorrow's chapel will be a pep chapel in Alumni Gym. All students and advisors need to report to Alumni Gym by 7:55. Go Toppers, go. All C and D block health classes, please report to Fuller Basement for class today. Underclassmen, if you've not had your photo taken for the yearbook, please stop by Fuller Hall during your study hall or free block today to have your photo taken. You must have your photo taken regardless of whether you plan on ordering photos or not. Juniors and seniors, Mount Holyoke College is on campus today for a visit. Please see Naviance or Mrs. LaBounty in the guidance office for details and to register to meet with them. Please be sure to check in with your teacher before attending. The Academy's trip to Japan has been approved for 2026. This is an all-expenses-paid trip that will go to Japan for 12 days leading up to and after and during April break. Have you taken Japanese classes and hope to go on this trip? Now is your chance. Or maybe you never took Japanese classes, but you're interested in Japan and would love to participate. You too can apply for this amazing opportunity. So get application forms from Mr. Arain in either Ranger 115 or the Caldwell Center, which is in the library, the basement of the library, or from Mrs. Gary in the Morse Center for the Arts. If you have questions about the trip, please speak with Mr. Arain. It's an amazing opportunity. The application process is open to sophomores, juniors, and seniors, and the deadline to apply is October 3rd. TOEFL test takers, the deadline to sign up for the October 11th test is Friday, by 12 p.m. See Mrs. McCaffrey in Colby 106 today. Come join the outing club and see some beautiful fall colors while stepping outside your comfort zone and climb some rock walls in the beautiful Franconia Notch, New Hampshire. There's no cost to you and no experience is necessary. Get your permission slip today in Student Life and see Mr. Holden for details. The final day is fast approaching. Pick up and turn in your Women Can Do permission slips to Mrs. Murphy in Streeter 208 by tomorrow. Happy birthday today to Elliot Marceau, Ayla Brown, Ryan Walsh, Effie Dunn, Brody Dusso, and Haley Walsh. Happy birthday. Today there's a boys golf match at Newport at 9:30. JVB boys soccer is at Linden Institute today at 4:30. Please dismiss that team at 2:45. I also have some late announcements today. Photography X-Block class is canceled this afternoon. It will resume on Tuesday. Congratulations to the newly elected class officers for the class of 2028. The president is Caitlin Dodge, Vice President Kellen Bristol, Secretary Julian Garvin, Treasurer Asher Garrett. Congratulations and a big thank you to all candidates. And congratulations to the newly elected junior class officers, class of 2027. The president is Rain Rashid, Vice President Una McKinnon, Secretary Phoebe Don, and Treasurer Manny Fliegelman. Congratulations. And finally, congratulations to the class officers of the class of 2026 who all ran unopposed, but still really won. Secretary Ruby Tillotson, Treasurer Jada Wood, Vice President Isaac Lenzini, and President A.J. Dean. Congratulations. Okay, a few exciting game reports. So varsity field hockey earned its first win on Tuesday, beating Spalding 3-2. Ayla Brown scored twice, Avon Thomas scored once, and Meredith Roy added an assist. The JV team had a hard-fought game by all members of the team, but ultimately fell to Spalding 2-1. Good job, field hockey. Nice win. Awesome. The boys' golf team, who are playing today again, placed first in their match against Milton, Rice, and Colchester at Alberg Golf Links on Tuesday. The entire team played fantastic, but the match medalist, Mario Alvarez, shot the lowest score of the season with an amazing 31 to place first individually. Good job, golf. Nice, and Mario. Nice work. JV girls soccer lost a close battle with CVU 2-1. Strong play from the defense kept the game close. Chloe Angel scored on an assist from Sawyer Willard. JV girls soccer, I know varsity girls soccer had a hard game as well, but keep going, girls. And varsity volleyball fell to Burlington 3-1 last night, but the team would like to offer a special thanks to the JV team for their continued spirit and support. All right, volleyball, that is what we've got for today. Okay, I'm going to keep talking. So good morning. Happy Thursday, everybody. So we have two guests today, each of whom is here to talk about one of the two big September traditions that are happening right now. And the first is our preparation for the Walk for a Healthy Community, which happens next week. And the other is Constitution Week, which is this one. So please first welcome a member of the Hibbert Advisory to share a fundraising opportunity around next week's walk. I think it's Kyra Fessenden. Please welcome Kyra.
Hi, good morning. I'm Kyra. I'm with the Miss Hibbert Advisory, and for the Walk for a Healthy Community, we are selling hats. So these are the hats. So buy a raffle ticket. We will draw a winner for each hat, so there are many opportunities to win. Raffle tickets are $3 for two, $3 or two for five. Look for posters with a QR code, find me or another member of Miss Hibbert or Quinn Advisory, or find Miss Hibbert and Ranger 210. Thank you.
These are very cute hats. You couldn't see them from backstage. So yesterday, thank you, Kyra. Yesterday was the actual proclaimed Constitution Day, September 17th. This day celebrates the anniversary of the signing of the U.S. Constitution in Philadelphia in 1787. There's a tradition called Bells Across America, which involves ringing community bells at exactly 4 p.m. on Constitution Day, because that's when, supposedly, the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia rang that day, and presumably that was also the day that the bell that was just a bell before that became the Liberty Bell. So yesterday, Mr. Eckhart carried out this fine tradition of bell ringing at exactly 4 p.m., and it was not any less fine for being carried out in the place where the rope that is our Colby Bell pole is accessible, which I know many of you know. Can anyone tell me where the rope that rings the Colby Hall bell is located? The custodian's closet. Yes, that is right. So you may have seen that, and we have a lot of students who have seen that. It is about as elegant as any custodian's closet that you've ever seen. But the Colby Bell is usually reserved for ringing when one of our teams wins a state championship. And in the last few years, that's been everyone from boys cross country to the baseball team, the science Olympiad, and even our poetry out loud state champion. So it's rung many times in a row for our victory in the LI game. So there are a good many of you who've seen this. Soon after the bell stopped ringing yesterday, Mr. Peter Wright came into the office with a quizzical look on his face, and he asked, who won what? And if I'd had my wits more about me, I would have answered something like, we all win. The rights enshrined in the United States Constitution. So in some ways, it was a great reminder that we need to work hard every year to keep those precious rights that have been so hard won by so many good people over so many years. We need to win those rights again and again, and not ever to take them for granted. So I'm delighted to welcome our final Constitution Week speaker today, who, if you aren't aware, represents Caledonia County, where we are, in the Vermont State House, specifically in the Senate. He's also a longtime teacher here at the Academy in the Social Studies Department. Please welcome Senator Scott Beck.
Thank you. Good morning. Just congratulations to the student, the people that were just elected to student government. I've never run unopposed, and I'm so jealous that you did. You'll have to sometime fill me in on what the trick is to make that happen. I'm really excited to be here today, hitting cleanup for the Social Studies Department on Constitution Week. And I'm really excited to follow Ms. Beck. Tuesday was a proud father moment for me. I never realized that my wife and I raised a drill sergeant. And I'd really like to thank you all for sitting up straight today. Ms. Beck brought up the idea that the United States Constitution serves to preserve our life, liberty, and property, and then it cannot take any of them without due process. Didn't realize this thing was on wheels. The concept of life, liberty, and property goes back to the British tradition over 800 years ago, and this tradition carried over to the United States as British colonists inhabited New England and the southern coastal areas. But certainly how life, liberty, and property and due process was defined 800 years ago is very different than how we define it in the 21st century. And this is where you all come in. The Constitution, which protects our life, liberty, and property, is an evolving document, and we control that evolution. It only evolves as fast or as slow or in a direction that society evolves. The good news is in the last 250 or so years of this country, that a lot of evolution has occurred. Slavery is now prohibited. Excuse me. Voting is no longer restricted to white men over the age of 21 who own property. Marriage is no longer restricted by gender. Equal opportunity has become the constitutional standard, and so many court cases today are measured against that 14th Amendment that occurred over 150 years ago. In short, the United States has moved towards inclusion, liberty, and opportunity for all. We are a more perfect, imperfect union. But I am concerned about the potential for more inclusion, liberty, and opportunity in the short term. For the moment, hate, fear, and violence seem to have moved to the forefront. Recent events in Minnesota and Utah are very troubling and don't point to a healthy citizenry or healthy discourse. And importantly, a healthy citizenry and discourse are really important if we are to increase inclusion, liberty, and opportunity for all. After a recent local demonstration, I saw a chalked message left on the sidewalk that said, "Smart people hate," you can fill in the last name. It doesn't matter who the last name was. Hate combined with elitism, not a great message, not a great path forward. Please recognize that the path to a more perfect union is communication, understanding, and principled discourse, not hate, fear, and violence. I thank you for your attention. I hope you have a great week, and I hope you keep that Constitution in your pocket. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Senator Beck. Well, that's a good message for us to go off into our day with. Please consider and think about that. Thank you. All right, faculty, have a good day. Okay, seniors, have a good day. Okay, juniors, have a terrific day. So many waves. Thanks, sophomores. All right, sophomores from the back.